All right, now if you already have a lot of photos up on Shutterstock and you're looking to learn how to get more sales from those photos, then I've got a video for you and there's a link up here. This video is really meant for people who are new to Shutterstock and how to get started selling your photos online. If that's you, then you're in the right place. All right, before I get into getting started with Shutterstock, let's talk about what it is. Shutterstock is a company that markets and resells creative content like photos. So what you can do is you upload your photos to Shutterstock and you're giving them permission to sell those photos or resell those photos to stock buyers. When they sell one of those photos, they give you a cut of that sale. Now, how much money you'll make will be depending on how much the buyer pays for it, what type of license they get, as well as what type of contributor, what level you're at within the Shutterstock ecosystem. Here's some examples about how much you'll make for different types of photo sales when you're first starting out. All right, the first thing you'll need to do to get started on Shutterstock is to sign up for a contributor account. You can do that by going to submit.shutterstock.com and clicking the sign up button. Now, from there, you just need to follow the instructions, but basically you just need to give your address information as well as verify your email address. Once you've done that, you can then go in and start uploading photos for sale on Shutterstock. Click the upload button, then choose a photo from your computer to upload. When you're starting out, don't upload all your photos, only the best ones. Over time, you'll learn the quality needed to make sales. After your photo finishes uploading, you will be taken to the Submit Content page. This is an extremely important step. Let's walk through all the options. For the image type, I assume it'll be a photo, but if you're uploading a graphic, then you would choose an illustration. For usage, if you don't have releases, then you will need to choose editorial, and there's a special format for the content of editorial descriptions. You'd also use editorial if you are photographing a public event. Otherwise, choose commercial. For the description, it's really important to include keywords in the description because it's used in the search results. You can also choose up to 2 categories. I don't think they really matter that much anymore because they aren't really prominent in the filters, but they used to be required. Releases are really important. You can download release forms and they will need to be filled out by every model in your photos. All right, now the rule of law for releases is that every recognizable person in the photo needs to have a model release to sell it as a commercial stock photo. However, Shutterstock really takes this one step further, and they're going to require you to have a release for every single person in the photo. So take a look at this photo here. This is a photo of me, and I'm a silhouette in the photo, very small, not very recognizable, but Shutterstock's going to require me to have a model release to sell this photo commercially. So the rule is pretty simple here. If there's people in your photo and you want to sell that photo as stock commercially, you need to have a release signed by each person that's in that photo. Now, property releases aren't that straightforward. I'm going to read what it says here from Shutterstock. If your content will be licensed for commercial use, the image clip is taken on private property or is taken on public property but features distinctive private property, a property release is required. Now, the key word here in the definition is distinctive. Obviously, if you're on private property, you need to have a release to be able to show it, and you'll need to upload that release. But when you're on public property, it's a bit more of a gray area. I've taken a lot of photos like these ones where I was on public property and the buildings are distinctive. They're buildings. You can definitely tell that this is a particular house or this is a particular commercial building, but Shutterstock will still accept these. When they say distinctive, they mean a photo of, let's say, for example, the CN Tower, which is a very distinctive monument. And if you do a photo just of the CN Tower, it will get rejected without a property release. So when you're first starting out, I would recommend having property releases for everything taken on private property, and from public property, just upload the photos and see if it's accepted or not. If they're not accepted, you can always resubmit them as editorial photos. Next is probably the most important section for increasing your sales, and that's the keywords. Keywords are how buyers search and find your photos. For now, make sure you just enter 10 to 50 keywords for each photo. As you can see here, I enter a number of keywords first in Lightroom, so they're automatically imported to Shutterstock. Shutterstock will also suggest additional keywords that you can choose. To learn more about keywording, I've got a video all about keywording, and I'll put a link up here somewhere. Now you're ready to submit your photo for review. Now what Shutterstock does is they will go through and they will review every photo before it gets accepted into the collection. Typically the review is going to take 1 or 2 days before you know whether it's accepted. If it's accepted, it will automatically go for sale on Shutterstock. If it's not, you'll get a rejected reason. Now, don't expect to be a millionaire overnight. It takes time for your photos to start selling on Shutterstock, and the more photos you have, the more sales you will get. If you found this video useful, make sure you click the like button below, and if you like these types of videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also, if you want to know how long it took for me to start making money on Shutterstock, I've got a video on that, and I'll put a link up here. Lastly, if you want to see some more advanced techniques for increasing your sales on Shutterstock, I've got a video on that, and I'll put a link down here. Best of luck selling your photos online.